And we're back.
And we're back with our New Year's Day pajama bedhead edition, talking about the Silo,
Episode 7.
episode 7, which we just watched.
hmm
Wow.
Whoa. Once again, the silo does it. It
Yeah.
manages to, you'd think that, there's no way this can get any better, but no, it does it. It does
It,
that.
it is a super suspenseful, intelligent, intriguing sci-fi without too much sci,
Yeah.
right? Like it's it
Just
it
fiction.
it
Yeah.
yeah, well, it put you in a world that is the future in a way, and there's
Yeah.
certain kinds of tech, but there's it's like three-quarters steampunk kind of,
Yeah.
right? Like
There's, the computers that they have are boxy.
right.
What?
Except when now we've part the world, the real tech world has been revealed, right? In some
Right.
ways. So there's multiple plot lines here. Obviously, the big one is Juliet's still off in the second silo with Solo. But you've got like the down under trying to build support for
Yeah.
the up above, for the rebellion, or for at least truth telling,
hmm
right? You've got the
Up above, trying to keep everything in check
Well,
and
Bernard up above,
yeah,
right? You
yeah.
got Bernard like slowly losing grasp of everything, and right, and he's the wizard, sort of, right? And he's slowly losing grasp bit by bit. And then you've got the do-gooder sheriff, right? Kind of
Yeah.
who's trying to like be neutral to everything,
Yeah.
and yeah, and then for the Stargazer fella, I don't know everyone's names for some reason, but for the Stargazer fella who was deputized, right? We missed that on the last episode. He was
Right.
he was
Sh-
made the
Shadow of IT.
shadowized. He gets brought into, and so do we, kind of the library of all knowledge, right? The Library of Alexandria or
Yeah,
whatever it is.
it reminds me of that ancient Greek philosopher idea of, everyone's in a cave and they think the real world is basically, the real world, but it's actually just a cave face with shadows playing behind them. But eventually they go outside of the cave and see the real beautiful world.
Right.
And so that's what I feel kind of like this, because basically Bernard and IT is trying to make it seem that this is just the world, because they don't need to know everything else,
Mhm.
because they don't need to know what stars are. They don't need to know, all that. And a lot of time it's because they don't have the information. The silo's been around for
Right.
300
So
plus year.
little bits, again, little bits of information revealed, right? When they go into the vault, that's like basically a vault of all the knowledge, books, and everything
That they
from
have, yeah.
before. They find, Bernard reveals that the silo seems to have been built 350 years ago, but
Hmm.
you know, he still doesn't know why.
Yeah, he
He can't find it. He
he
can't find
says
it in
that.
all of the information,
Yeah,
right?
he specifically says that when he was newly made the Shadow, he did everything he could to try to figure out what happened, but
Right.
he could only go 350 years back,
Back.
and
Right.
and so he doesn't know. And it's so cool to know that he doesn't. So what he told the judge could be a lie, because
In terms of
well, she asked him as she was dying, why are we here? What
yeah,
happened
yeah.
to the real world? And he doesn't act. He either doesn't know
Oh,
or
you mean he
does.
whispered to her,
Yeah.
right? Right. Well, it's right. He still could be lying, but
Yeah.
it sounds like he isn't. And maybe this cipher, right? This
hmm
code that he's trying to get the Stargazer guy to crack. Maybe he's hoping that still contains information or
Yeah.
knowledge or a secret or whatever it
Because
is,
it
right?
was recorded 150 years ago or something. So
Well, the
maybe,
cipher was made, like the guy clearly
right, yeah,
was alive at least that long ago, right?
right. But the
And
information,
yeah, they don't know what the information
right.
is. But yeah, but that was really cool to see that there's a, that library, the
Yeah.
computers, all, there's clearly like all this tech
Yeah.
that the rest of the silo doesn't get to
hmm
see, right?
And also the ingenuity of the Salo. Like in the Down Under, they like set like basically like a cannon, which in the originally I thought it was gonna be like an explosive,
Right.
like they're shooting a tank round into like the head of ID, like hey, asshole. But
Excuse me.
instead, it was
Yeah.
more powerful than a tank. It was information. It
Right.
was
Yeah,
telling
that's
we're
right. They were trying they're again it's like Bernard is cut off communications to try and stifle, organizing and the rebellion, and
yeah,
they're coming up with, I think it was actually a rocket more than a cannon that
yeah.
that
It's like a
disseminate.
firework that like
Right.
and like release
Right.
like pieces of slips of paper that
Right.
said like, "Hey guys,
Right.
we're also in
But
the
it's all
same
very
boat."
steampunk kind of,
Right?
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Like there's no like high tech stuff. It was like do it at home kind of like science of like
right.
put propulsion stuff. And then there's also this stuff with Silo 17 and that stuff like
Yeah.
oh God, the Silo 17.
Well, yeah, and then that whole story, right? So there's all these different stories that are kind of related.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, we were like worried that she was going to
Drown basically.
drown, or the idea that like you're all the way down there and it's dangerous enough, but then this guy, for whatever reason, might feel threatened by you, so he might just like cut your umbilical
Yeah,
cord, and that's what happened, and that's what you
right.
think happened until you realize like,
Oh
no,
no, there was
there's
a scuffle. There was like blood going up the stairs.
right, there's a whole other, like, it looked like maybe there was a
Head of IT or like an IT guy
well,
badge.
yeah, I don't know about IT, maybe a sheriff or
Yeah,
something like that.
someone.
Someone if in an official uniform was, looks
hmm
like that they did that. The
Yeah.
only good news is they left the axe behind.
Yeah, yeah. And thank goodness. It's like, hey, I want to give you guys a sporting chance, Juliet.
Yeah,
But
that's right.
and then so there's this. So there's this, and then back to the other silo. There's like subplots of like the two guys who got framed for murder. Like, why'd you kiss me? I didn't kiss you. You kissed
Right,
me.
right.
And then
Yeah,
there's like them finding out who actually poisoned the food, and like
right.
it wasn't like a malicious thing. It's like
Somebody's held hostage.
my mom's sick,
Yeah,
and I warned you guys, and like,
yeah,
and they didn't kill her, they didn't beat her up.
yeah,
They're like, we're gonna take your position away. We're gonna do hard late, not dangerous, but hard, annoying labor, and you're gonna build up trust again.
right. And it's interesting to see how there's a whole bunch of love stories, right? There's a lot of love stories
Mhm.
from Sims and his wife, and the conflict there, right? Because she did something that she wasn't supposed to do and didn't tell Sims,
Yeah.
so there's all, that that's a love story. Then you've got I'm blanking on her name, but the
Walker
Walker,
and
and the woman that she clearly loves,
mhm.
and now that's a potential leverage point, right?
Yeah,
Bernard is seeing that could be a leverage point,
yeah.
and there's just so much going on. Like it's all building somewhere, but like it's not really sure where it's all.
Mhm.
Is it going to be a rebellion, and what happens, and what we're
Right, because this series is able to like twist and turn just when you think you know what's gonna happen. It's revealed that
or
no, you're actually wrong. We're
or
one
who
step
the
ahead of
or
you.
who the good guys are, or
Right.
what the best outcome is, or what are you hoping for, because Juliet, for instance, has got to somehow get back
Mhm.
and tell everyone, again, like, what do you do with that information? Doesn't mean that IT isn't lying. Why are
Yeah.
they lying, all this
Yeah.
kind of stuff,
But
right?
like
So
how is she going to get to the silo?
right,
Is she gonna actually be allowed? Because she's coming back in a totally different getup now. And like, what is she gonna tell them? Like, she can say, "Hey guys, stop rebelling. IT was right along." Is she gonna go, "Stop rebelling," but IT is also a lying piece of shit? Like,
yeah.
she is the world of the silo is one of tightropes, and everyone having to take controlled measures of fighting.
Yeah, and just and there's so much of it is about information, right? Like
hmm
that the rocket that released the really low tech information sharing to overcome the problems, in a way, what people want is not to be lied to,
Hmm.
right? But at the same time,
Can they
people
handle the truth?
can they handle the truth, or what, or can they organize themselves as a society if everyone has the truth, right? Like, does there
Right.
need to be do we need to have a paternalistic figure that manages everything, or can,
Right.
there's so much
Yeah,
going on here.
because like for example, Solo was telling Julia about like swimming and stuff and
Right.
20,000 leagues under sea, and that was the information she needed to know
Right.
to survive.
Yeah.
But people living in the silo, do they need to know about stars? Do they need to know about swimming, circuses? Like,
Right. Or what's wrong with them
yeah, because
living,
if you
knowing about
tell
them.
if you tell someone about a color that they've never seen before
Right.
and say it's right behind that door, but don't go out there.
Right. You can't see pink or whatever.
Yeah, like, is it fair to give people information
Right.
if they're never gonna see
Right.
something?
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's so much that could be like quote unquote resolved,
Right.
but at the same time, so many questions and mysteries left,
Hmm.
But
I don't know how many more episodes are gonna be, but
right. Yeah, at least there's two more seasons, right? We got
right, yeah, yeah.
so we know that not everything is going to be, because what I said at the start of this episode, it was almost like they started this episode with what could have been
An
an
ending.
ending, right? With like the mystery, the shock, the discovery, but you didn't,
Right.
and so luckily there's only like 36 more hours till the next episode. So I need
Right,
I need
yeah.
another episode
I
right away,
need,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
I need it
If
too. It's,
if we could binge, I'd be binging
yeah.
the next two seasons right now, probably.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm okay that they're not giving everything all at
Right.
once.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
few, like, they're giving us just enough to keep us interested and
That's right.
do this video here.
Yeah, that's right. Same bat channel, same bat time. Uh,
Uh, Other news, we are now at 10 subscribers.
10 subscribers. Awesome. We are into the double digits, which holds well. Happy New Year, everyone. I
Yeah,
can't
Happy
remember
New
whether we
Year.
said
It's
Happy New Year. Safe and healthy New Year for everyone, wherever
yeah,
you are. And yeah, and here's to our subscribers.
10 subscribers.
And yeah, well, we'll be back with the next episode any
Yeah,
any day now. So
any
keep those
day.
questions coming,
Hmm.
and we look forward to talking again.
Yeah. Until we see you again.
Until we see you again. Take care.
Take